Hi, my name is Dana Romaine Vickers, and I'm here tonight to talk about law enforcement use of body-worn cameras. How would you act if you knew that you were being filmed? Would it be different or the same if you didn't know? Tonight we're going to talk about body-worn cameras, what they are, the studies of body-worn cameras, and the pros and cons. Now, what are they? They're actually just small recording devices that clip to the front of a police officer's shirt and record video. They serve the purpose of deterring crime, and they record evidence of wrongdoing. Now, who uses them? They're used by all different divisions of law enforcement: sheriff's departments, police departments, and state troopers. They all have the opportunity to wear those. There's 3 studies that we're going to be talking about tonight that will show whether or not body cameras are effective. The first one is the Mesa Police Department study. In that one, they had a group of officers that did wear the cameras, a group of officers that didn't wear the cameras. The group that did wear the cameras, they found that they ended up making more arrests and doing more stops and frisks than the ones that wore the body cameras. The ones that wore the body cameras were more likely to just do an ordinance violation ticket or just a citizen's communication, community policing, interactions with the public, that type thing. But they did find that they were effective in just helping them get out there and be in the community more. Now, in the Phoenix study, that one was actually sponsored by the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and they found that it actually increased productivity and accountability within their department. The Rialto study, that study is the most widely used, and you can see from the graph here, the blue line is where they started the study, and here in the corner where they ended the study, and you can see how it was a downward trend in crime rate as well as use of force complaints against officers. Now, the pros and cons to body-worn cameras. These are both from the Rialto study as well, and you can see that the crime rates dropped dramatically with the officers that actually wore the body-worn cameras, and the complaints against officers dropped dramatically as well. In fact, the citizens' complaint dropped by 88%, and the use of force complaints dropped by over 58%. Now, this video here, I'm going to play a little bit of it for you. This is where you can see the evidentiary value of a body-worn camera.
So a long time DeKalb County.
I'm actually going to fast forward it just a bit.
For officers, it looked like it was going to be a case of police misconduct, but the officer's body camera told a different story, and now the DeKalb Fire Chief has responded.
I had the same probably feelings and thoughts as everybody, and that was shock and surprise.
DeKalb County Fire Chief Darnell Fulham says he had no choice but to take tough actions against 2 of his employees following a Fox 5 investigation of what started out as a routine traffic stop.
What are you doing, sir?
This is how it unfolded. Sergeant Stephen Floyd pulls over DeKalb Fire Captain Terrell Davis at a local school for an expired tag. Davis calls his co-worker, Crystal Cathcart, to the scene. Both fire department employees asked the Stone Mountain Sergeant if they needed to call their boss, Dr. Alexander.
And I'm assuming nobody called you.
No, nobody called me.
Sergeant Floyd issued the ticket anyway, but has to ask Crystal Cathcart to step away from the scene since she wasn't involved.
Wait over there. Why? Because I asked you to. This traffic stop had nothing to do.
I didn't stand right
No, you cannot stand right there. This last time I'm going to ask you. Or I'm going to put you in the back of my car. That's right. Call Dr. Alexander. Thank you very much.
But Crystal Cathcart filed a written complaint, which included a warning about making a false sworn statement. She claimed Sergeant Floyd created a sense of fear at the scene, cussed her out twice, telling her to back the blank up, or he will throw her in the back of my squad car. DeKalb Fire Captain Terrell Davis.
Okay, that actually shows you that the officer was accused of something he did not do, and the video was able to exonerate him. So that's another pro of the officer wearing the body-worn camera. Now, a couple of the cons is the expense. They are very expensive to use, to buy for a complete department of law enforcement personnel. In fact, here in Asheboro, I spoke with an officer, and he said they would all love to have them, but they're cost prohibitive and they just can't afford them. Another con would be the privacy rights. Some officers feel like their privacy might be invaded by continuously recording everything they do, and citizens have that complaint as well. But the video is not viewed unless it is needed. If it's needed for evidence in a case, then they would view that video. Otherwise, if it's just a normal day and nothing happens, they will delete that video. Another thing is, a lot of people ask, why can't video be released right after an incident? Most of that is because policy dictates when video can be released and how long it will take for video to be released. And there are only certain people within a police department that actually can access that video. Now, in closing, there are controversies to body-worn cameras. All factors need to be considered before a decision is made to implement the use of the body-worn cameras by law enforcement personnel. Cost, privacy, crime rates, all of it. It all has to be one total package. And just to review, the studies for body-worn cameras show that there are pros and cons all the way around. The Rialto study showed how drastically the crime rate and the incident of use of force rates dropped when the officers were wearing the body-worn cameras. And there's a CLU study that talked about the privacy rights. All of those can be looked up online, but this presentation gives you a little bit more information of the use of body-worn cameras. So thank you so much, and good night.